Hey kids, Flexing Teacher Weber here. I hope you're having a good day. So yesterday in class, we did a little introduction into exponents. Technically not something we look at in depth in grade 8, but I think it's important we look at. And it's an appropriate time to look at it because we're studying PEDMAS with integers, and it's a great way to work in exponents. So what we're going to do today is now we're going to do some order of operations questions with exponents in them. So I'm going to flip ahead and we'll do some order of operations questions with exponents. Now, the idea is to follow PEDMAS, to do one step at a time, work down the page just like before. So in number 1, 3 to the power of 2 plus in parentheses -9, -1 times -1. Well, we'll do the parentheses first. -9 and -1 is -10. Make sure you write your answer right below that part of the question. Some people like to gently cross out the part of the question they've used. Bring down everything that's left. So I'm going to bring down the 3 to the power of 2, the plus sign, the times, and the -1. Put an equal sign in front of that step, and that's the only place you should see an equal sign. Okay, now PEDMAS, do the power now. 3 to the power of 2, which is 3 times 3, which is 9. Bring down everything that's left. Plus -10 times -1. And because I have the plus and the minus sign, I could have done this in the previous step, the plus minus sign, I might want to put parentheses around that -10 as well. Equal sign in front of the step. Now I have plus and I have times. I'm going to do -10 times -1. Well, that's +10. I might gently cross out the part I've used. Bring down what's left. Bring down the 9 and the plus sign. And then finish up by 9 plus 10 is 19. Okay. Let's do another one. -1 in parentheses to the power of 5, subtract 8 to the power of 2. Well, -1 to the power of 5, since it's in parentheses, that means the exponent 5 applies to both the 1 and the negative sign. So this is going to be -1 times -1 times -1 times -1 times -1. When you work that out, and you can work that out on scrap paper if you want. You don't have to show me that, or you can use mental math. When you work out that power, that works out to -1. So right below that part of the question, we write -1. Bring down the minus sign. Now, there's no parentheses around the 8 here, so this exponent 2 only applies to the 8, not the negative sign. So we'll do 8 times 8 is 64. Equal sign in front of the step. Okay, now I have a -1 and -64. The signs are the same, so I add them. And when I add up two negatives, my answer is negative. -65. Let's do another one. Doink. -8 times 4 plus -2 to the power of 4. And that -2 is in parentheses. Now, that means that this exponent 4 applies to both the 2 and the negative sign. Times, plus, and the power, we will do the exponent first. You can do it by mental math, but if you can't do it by mental math on some scrap paper, show what it means. So -2 to the power of 4 means -2 times -2 4 times, right? -2 times -2 is 4, and -2 times -2 is 4. And that means +16. So you can do that on scrap paper or by mental math, and then write the answer right below that part of the question, +16. Bring down everything that's left and try to keep it in the same spot. Equal sign in front of the step. We have times, we have plus, multiply comes next. -8 times 4 is -32. I might gently cross that out so I don't use any of those parts again. Bring down what's left. Now I have -32, +16. The signs are different, so I subtract 32 minus 16 is 16. And since I have more negatives, it's a negative answer. All right. So got a lot of things to remember, and we can use our integer square that we made last week to help us, right? Don't forget about that. Last question. We've got 4 to the power of 2 minus 6 to the power of 2 plus negative 2 in parentheses to the power of 3. Well, we can do all of these powers at the same time. That's the first thing we're going to do, right? Because the parentheses are there for a couple of reasons: to separate the sign, but to also say that this 3 applies to both the 2 and the negative sign. Okay, 4 to the power of 2 is 4 times 4, which is 16. 6 to the power of 2 is 6 times 6, which is 36. And negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 works out to negative 8. I'll put parentheses around that to separate the plus and the minus. Now I have positive 16, negative 36, plus negative 8. So I do add and subtract whatever comes first going left to right. So I'll do the subtract first. It's positive 16, negative 36. The signs are different, so I subtract them. 36 minus 16 is 20. And since I have more negatives, because it's negative 36, it will be a negative 20. I might gently cross out that so I don't use that part of the question again. You don't have to do that. Bring down the plus sign and bring down the negative 8. The signs are the same, so I add them. And they're both negative. When I add two negatives, the answer is negative. So there's some order of operations questions with exponents. You have an assignment today now that has all sorts of different kinds of order of operations questions, including ones with exponents. Technically, doesn't need to be done in grade 8, but no harm in doing it. I hope that helps. That's all for now. Flexing Teacher Weber, out.